It is a moment of parental pride in the outcome of the years of hard work, through the midnight toil and perseverance to nail the signposts to the dreams of the future.
So,
the moment of joy is equally the moment for who have been responsible for nurturing our walls through all the challenging times.
So,
choosing a school for the formative years of a child's growth is one of the responsibilities every parent must take with the utmost seriousness.
So,
I still remember when my son and my wife, whoever received to know that this school was there, there were discussions about that, and I didn't know anything about it. But here we are now, standing here.
So,
although we do not undervalue any of the many great institutions around, there's always an element of hesitation as one struggles for that extra something that would bind the future of the child to the foundation laid for him.
So,
It is the reason, no matter how dizzy in the future, we never forget the teacher or housemaster who mentors us in the formative years.
Sure.
As a parent, it's been a source of extraordinary pride to Lady Julia, my dear wife, and I, to watch the maturation of our young bubbling son at the hands of this great institution. We have seen him rise tall in every sense. So tall physically, we have been wondering when some basketball coaches may come knocking on our doors in search of some potential talent.
Sure.
We are proud that he stands tall, not just physically, but academically and in the moral values we cherish.
Sure.
To pay tribute to your fine institute for your well-grounded system, which has helped to mold and shape your students for the future.
Sure.
Thank you, Margaret and your wife, and then Dr. Sami also.
Sure.
I have no doubt that every parent or guardian here will not only be too happy to be upstanding for a moment of tribute to Dr. Seaman Nair and all her dedicated staff.
Sure.
The theme chosen for this year's graduation day is Championing the Nation's Future. And I'm invited to share some meaningful experiences and life-changing words with our graduates to spur them onwards towards the journey of college life and other opportunities in the coming years ahead of them.
Sure.
Of course, this is the appropriate moment for what the great American patriot, Patrick Henry, would call words that strike men's souls. The eager minds are waiting for where they can hang on to through all the trials and tribulations and all the triumphs ahead of them. But unless they are set in the right context, the most inspiring words may sound hollow or drop like perfect seeds on rocks with no soil to give them the roots from which to grow.
Sure.
I cannot imagine a more audacious theme for this moment in time than what is before us this afternoon. Championing the nation's future requires first that we recognize exactly where the nation is at this moment and then in the future.
Sure.
It is only then that we can be sure of what it is we must champion along the journey to the future.
Sure.
I can see many in the country who were recoiled at the sheer audacity of such an ambition. But I applaud Dr. Nair and her team, for it is in daring to dream great dreams and to think great thoughts that we are able to weave the patterns that shape great nations. To be fair, we look at the state of the nation and we are filled with mixed feelings. We celebrate the fact that we are a proud democracy, able to change our governments without getting at each other's throats. But then we ask, exactly what is there to celebrate?
Sure.
What has democracy delivered to the Ghanaian? Not much, if we are honest. So acknowledging our indifferent state at the moment, what future can we realistically expect? It cannot be a future spent shuttling between embassies seeking the miracle of foreign visit to travel in search of greener pastures.
Sure.
It cannot be a future spent risking our lives across the deserts of Libya or the treacherous lands of South America, or packed like human sardines in floating death traps seeking unavailable pathways to Europe and America.
Sure.
None of you, and no Ghanaian deserve that future. The future is home, and the future is in your hands to create.
Sure.
Today's graduating students have just completed an education program fully accredited by the Cambridge Assessment International Education. It is the same standard as students in the United Kingdom, India, Europe, that they obtain. But you know, some of those graduating as you are today in the UK, India, China, and the United States will go on to create new technology products. Some will be designing products that will shape the world, invent drugs to treat today's incurable diseases, and even create products to take man onto planets beyond Earth.
Sure.
They will all be building on the same foundation laid for you here, applying the same tools you have been exposed to. How do they do that in India and China and Japan and Vietnam? How come you, some with outstanding minds, are stuck in the rut, struggling for opportunities to go and sweep the streets of those countries?
Sure.
The answer lies in the mind. There's no future anywhere better than where you are. The future is home and in your minds to create. It is in your minds to create and innovate, and in your hands to mold and shape the world you want.
Sure.
In spite of current difficulties, there's no doubt about the tremendous opportunities existing in Ghana for individual success and to build a strong and vibrant economy for the nation. The generation to which I belong knew no computers in our formative years. Today, each one of you holds in your hand a cell phone or a tablet capable of creating any product, designing anything, access any material needed to build anything that can take the world by storm.
Sure.
So when Dr. Naya and her team talk about championing nation's future, it has to be a future far removed from the lackluster existence of today and elevated to a plane driven by creativity and innovation, courage and enterprise. There will be no room there for easy pickings and the lure of criminality, but there should be a lot of rewards for those with the courage to create and the perseverance to pursue bold dreams.
Sure.
That is the future you want to champion. The future in which Ghanaian youth are changing the face of agriculture, bringing the miracles of science and technology to produce the food we need to feed the nation and to provide raw materials for industry.
Sure.
A future in which Ghanaian youth take the center stage in the race to utilize our natural resources to create wealth for themselves and the nation. A future in which Ghanaian youth are firmly in the driving seat of the big technological community that is shaping the world.
Sure.
That is not utopia. That is the future within our grasp. If the young graduates of today are prepared to grasp the nettle, is there anyone among the brilliant young graduates today who would let go of this challenge and rather continue to risk becoming mere statistics among the perishing on the shores of Sardinia, the deserts of Libya, or the treacherous mountains of South America in search of pastures that are no longer green? I say to you from all my heart, there's no other option worthy of the blood of every Ghanaian. So step forward, my beautiful children, with courage and unyielding resolve to champion a new future of regeneration and renewal for our beloved country.
Sure.
Your brilliance, I salute your courage to succeed in your further education. Now, go forward, not just to succeed, but to matter. I thank you very much.
Sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's a very quick and brief ceremony going on here. Please, there's a presentation, I believe, from Asantehene. Oh, that's beautiful, isn't it? That is so beautiful. So beautiful.
Director of IPS, of DPSI. It gives me great honor to present to you this stool from His Royal Majesty Otumfuo Osei II and Royal Highness Lady Julia Osei Tutu. This is a memento that will symbolize the great Ashanti nation, and within the crest, which we call the Denchemche. which you will see all over in the Ashanti Kingdom and also at the Manshia Palace. It is to basically state that we are leaving here a symbol, a spirit, a soul, that we are part of this school. And that anytime that you see this edifice, you will remember that the King has been here, the golden stool has been here, and will always be here in everything that you do.
Wow. Beautiful. Oh, can we do the applause better, please? This is indeed a true definition of the phrase, a pleasant surprise.